Welcome back, guys. Sherry here. Calamity Ganon. Now, guys, he's really not that difficult if you just apply a few techniques, which that's what I'm going to go over first. I'm going to show you some techniques when trying to defeat him that may help you. I'm also going to show you a strategy where you can defeat him in less than a minute. I will leave timestamps in the description below. That way, if you just want to skip forward to something. And I'm going to show you how to defeat the Dark Beast Ganon. Now, when we first get here, Zelda can't hold him anymore and Ganon breaks free. We fall to the ground. Of course he gets back up. But if you have defeated all 4 divine beasts, the 4 champions come through and they combine their powers together and they will knock Ganon to the ground and it depletes half of his health. So before you take on the Calamity Ganon, you may want to consider defeating the 4 divine beasts first, because it really could potentially help you out in this fight. Now, as far as any boosts that I'm going to be using, I'm going to eat myself a high level 3 times defense boost by cooking up 5 iron shrooms. And I'm also going to cook up 5 Endura carrots, which is going to give me 2 extra stamina wheels. Now, you might want to get yourself some extra hearts. Extra hearts are easy to come by just by cooking up some Hearty Durian. Now, if you don't know where to get the Endura carrots or the Hearty Durian, I'm going to leave a link in the description. And I'm also going to be using the Barbarian Armor. If you don't know where to get it, I will also leave a link for that in the description. Now, when you first face off with Ganon, he's going to be using his weapons. If he comes straight at you with a weapon, you want to dodge side to side. But if he is coming sideways at you with a weapon, you want to dodge backwards to get the Flurry Rush. But be careful, because after you get a Flurry Rush on him, he's going to jump up in the ground, slam down, and there's going to be a ring around him, and you want to get out of that ring. So right here, he came sideways at me with his fiery battle axe. I dodged backwards, and as you can see, after I do the Flurry Rush, he jumps back up in the air and slams down to produce that blue ring. And if you can't do a Flurry Rush, don't fret, guys. There's other ways that we can take care of him, which I'm about to show you. But if you'd like to learn how to do a Flurry Rush, I'm going to leave a link in the description, and I'll show you exactly how I taught myself. But all we're trying to do right here is just to get him to move on to the next phase of the fight. But if you can't Flurry Rush, you can try hitting him with some arrows. I'm using ancient arrows against him, or you can actually try using Urbosa's Fury. We just want to do anything we can do to get him to move on to the next phase. And he may start using his laser against you. If you can't parry the lasers and you have an ancient shield, it will deflect it for you, and that will help you get him to move on to the next phase. Or you can even use his attack against him when he swings his fiery battle axe. It will create fire. Use that as an updraft, get into the air, and start welling on him with some arrows. That can make him move on to the next phase as well. Now, if for some reason he starts climbing the wall before he moves on to the next phase, he's going to throw some different things at you, one of which is going to be his long blue spear. My suggestion is just to get out of the way. Then he may throw some fireballs at you. I just destroyed them with ice arrows. Then he may start throwing metal rods at you. I was unsuccessful in picking those up, so I would suggest you just get out of the way. Now he may also throw some ice blocks at you. I just used Cryonis and broke them. He may even shoot a large gust of wind at you. You might can parry this. I'm not sure. I was unsuccessful in trying. I got knocked over the first time, and then after that I just got out of the way. And he may also throw these tornado looking things at you. I just used Rivali's Gale, got up in the air, up and over them, and just started welling on him with ancient arrows. This can also make him go to the next phase of the fight. Now, once he moves on to the second phase of the fight and he explodes into this fiery Ganon, I couldn't get my ancient arrows to phase him until I got up in the air and was able to hit him in the head. Now, I was also able to use Urbosa's Fury, knock him to the ground, and then you can use some ancient arrows or even run up on him and well on him. Now, before we move on and I show you how I was able to defeat him literally in less than a minute, before you start this fight, I would highly suggest that you have all of your champion's abilities charged, because they're really going to help you in this battle. Okay, so here's the strategy that I used in defeating Ganon, and it took literally less than a minute. When he attacked with his battle axe and created fire, I used the updraft to get up in the air, and I just wailed on him with ancient arrows. And this is where your extra stamina wheels can come in handy, until it moved him to the next phase of the fight. Next, I used Revali's Gale. I could have used the fire around him, but for some reason I just used Revali's Gale, got up in the air, and did the exact same thing. And again, you might want to have some stamina foods handy that you can eat, just in case, so that you don't run out of stamina. Because as you can see, I missed him a couple of times, and I did end up having to eat another stamina meal. But this is just an easy, great way to defeat him, I think, and it didn't take long at all. So now let's move on to Dark Beast Ganon. Now guys, we're going to be thrown outside. Zelda is going to talk to us, and she's going to give us the Bow of Light. Now make sure and equip the bow, because it is going to use its own arrows. And all we have to do is just circle around Ganon. And then there's going to be these 3, I guess, gold points that we have to hit on each side of him. Now once you hit the 3 gold circles on one side, just keep circling around him, and then you're going to find 3 gold circles on the other side. Now after we hit the 3 gold points on each side, then we're going to find one underneath him. After we take care of the one that's underneath, Zelda's going to talk to us and tell us to look up. And then she's going to tell us to use his attack against him. And all we have to do is when he attacks, that we just use the updraft off of his attack, get up in the air, and we can finish him off. Now guys, if you would like to see the Half a Heart Coliseum Challenge, click here. And I hope this video helps, or if you enjoy content like this, show me with a like. If you're new to the channel, I hope you consider subscribing. And I just want to say thank you guys for almost 17,000 subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll just catch you guys next time.